Alright, you guys ready to walk again? We're gonna walk again. And this time, hopefully, we'll be able to do it differently. In the old days, man tried to catch a glimpse of the future in the strangest of ways. They locked themselves in dark rooms, not partaking of food and drink. I'm gonna read it, so. At the stroke of midnight, they ventured out into the night, through the dark woods, where strange creatures roamed. To see if they would be wealthy, to see if they would be happy, to see if they would live, to see if they would be loved. And we're here. Okay, so let's see if we can get into the journal. Oh, here it says, north of the mill, south of the brook. Oh, maybe we'll find the username and passwords there. Oh, let's see. I don't know if we can look at the map. Oh, look at there. Oh, this is like the... Oh, look at that. This is like the password and stuff. Oh, that's so cool. They used the map. Okay, this is how you really use everything you have in the game. You use, like... You break what people expect. You use... the map, you use the encyclopedia, like, I can't, like, the game is so well done. It is crazy. Alm 68 and 1894. Yeah, that was Swedish. 1894. Alright. Let's open the journal. Right here. Tio Alm 68 1894. Sign in. Connecting. Why? Okay. View and store project notes and photos. Okay. I guess we will look through all this. I'm hoping they're not too long. But, I mean, we're here to read. So, I mean, we've seen the entire game, so. Hello, new system. Testing photo upload. It works! What? Should probably write here more often. Read about every book on Swedish folklore. Read about every book on Swedish folklore there is. Surprised has been written about year walking. Need more sources of information. Talk to ES. He suggested some field work. Might be good, but I feel that I might be 30 years too late. Been talking to elderly folks, eating cookies and drinking coffee. Their knowledge about year walking has been limited, to say the least. Barely any one of them knew what it was. If they did, they had heard stories as children, but forgotten the details. Thinking ES sent me on a wild goose chase. Interviews at the retirement home. May I never grow old. Last interview was intriguing, if very brief. Talked to one Astrid Jansson. She was over 100 years old, clear at times, did not know a lot about folklore, but she did claim that her grandfather's brother had once year-walked. Sadly, she did not know his name. He had died many years before she was born. Might have to look into it. Her maiden name was Svensson, which leaves me with a lot of possibilities. That's like half of Sweden. She was born in Wardfire, and I can only hope that her grandfather was as well. We are in Wardfire in this very game, okay? More interviews, nothing worth mentioning. Professor Asp called today. He hinted that the faculty wanted to take part in my research. Followed up my visit to retirement home. In the early 20th century, there were 6 households in Wardfire with the surname Svensson. See? According to the church book. That's where everyone was written. Astrid was born in 1913. Her grandfather was named Carl Fredrik. He had 2 brothers. One died in 1942. The other brother, Daniel Svensson, died in 1895. Astrid said that her great-uncle died before she was born. Daniel is the one that supposedly year-walked. A miller apprentice. Going to the library to check out old newspapers tomorrow. Look for reference of Daniel Svensson in old newspapers. I'm grasping at straws. Another day at the library. Nothing of interest. Bored. I'm about to give up. Excited! The newspapers finally mention a Daniel Svensson. He was apparently arrested for the murder of a young woman in Wardfire. Oh, this... Wait, this is like real stuff! Is it? This is like... Wardfire den första, en ung man har arresterats för mordet på Mjölna dottern Stina Nilsson. Länsmannen Hjelm och fjärdingsmannen Persson. This is like old Swedish. Not entirely modern Swedish, let's say that. Persson mottagit råd om att söka en mjölnarlärling vid namn Daniel Svensson. När de sedermera besökte Daniel hans bostad så fann de honom sittandes i blodiga kläder. Hjelm grep Daniel på platsen och anordnade rask transport till Kristianstad fängelse då stämningen på orten kan beskrivas som mycket hätsk. Information was scarce. Her name was Stina Nilsson and she was a miller's daughter. Her body was found in a field outside of the village. She had been stabbed multiple times. The library should be open longer. Hope I can find any reference to this supposed year walk. So basically what it says here is that, yeah, they arrested a young man for the murder of Stina Nilsson. And, yeah. Okay, we've been like playing this very story. This is creepy. Here's more. Arma kvinnan var på väg med sin fästman Nidingen. Han upp henne. Troligen hade han väntat på henne då. Mördaren utdödade efter över 20 hugg mot flickan. Det har då ett svartsjukedrama. Den avlidna flickan haft någon slags förbindelse till mördaren av det amorösa anslaget. Vedarsborna är upprörda och sannifrågade över det nesliga dådet. En yngling som är anhållen beskrivs av hans krav som en rask och dulig arbetare som har god hand med djur och men lite tyst och underlig. Andra vittnar om ett hett temperament som kommer upp vid kiv och dryckeslag. The motive behind the murder seems to have been jealousy. Not many details. Apparently Stina was going to marry a Lukas Tapper. She was on her way home from Lucas's parents when she was intercepted by Daniel. She was found the following morning, just 17 years old. I feel a tad guilty about my excitement yesterday. After all, there's a great tragedy behind this. It says that she was stabbed 20 times, over 20 times. And something about that they asked around about Daniel. And some say that, yeah, he was a good worker. And he was good with animals, but he was a little quiet and weird. Or, like, different. Other people said that he had a hot temperament when he was drinking or in disagreements, I guess you could say. The press seemed to have lost interest in the case after a while, found nothing today. Maybe ES can tell me something. Had a long talk on the phone with ES. The murder case was unknown to him. He had, however, spent a lot of time in Wardfire during the 60s when he studied folklore in the area. There had been a rather peculiar runestone that seemed to predate the Viking Age. ES claims that there was a definite connection between the symbols on the stone and year walking. He could not tell how. Want to check it out. Went to the library again, in case I missed something about Daniel. Indeed I had, found another article. Feeling upset and a little bit sad. Borrow the article just in case. Can't see what it says. Perhaps there's more to learn about Daniel. Booked a hotel room in Wardfire. Arrived in Wardfire. It's a small place. One street cuts through the village. It's a rather depressing place. To be fair, the weather would not do any place justice. The hotel is empty besides me and a group of dog toy manufacturers who are a bit on the noisy side. Must ask chef for the veal recipe. Got a map from the hotel owner. Excited about the archive. Have a feeling that I will find something major. Just got back from the archive. An interesting place. Sadly, it's only open 4 hours a day. It's understandable since I was the only visitor. Possibly found the files I need. Tomorrow, reading and lots of it. I knew it. The archive has exceeded my wildest dreams. On New Year's Eve, 1893, Daniel Svensson did indeed year walk. The court records refer to his year walk at several occasions. I've just started to scratch the surface. There must be beliefs hidden among these papers that have been forgotten for ages. Amazing. This is by far the latest recorded year walk. I hope I'm excused for borrowing the file from the archive. They gave me a little choice since they are closed during the weekend. Could not sleep last night. Too excited about the files. Much of the records are of a legal nature, but there are relevant passages. Daniel claimed he knew that he would murder Stina after seeing it in a vision on his year walk. Oh, that's what we saw. Sadly, the scribe has not bothered to take it all down, and occasionally just refers to it as ramblings of a madman. Poor boy. There are certain elements that are new to me. Must write them down in detail later on. Need fresh air. Daniel's cabin, Solsorten, which is the house right here, is briefly mentioned in the protocol. We'll ask around about it. Hope it still exists. Oh yeah, we never did this puzzle. Drove around for hours in the forest today. These are woods to get lost in. Asked for directions from every local. Most people never heard of the cabin. Was about to give up when I met an old man. His aunt had lived there till the 60s. From then it had 3 different owners that used it as a summer house until the mid-80s. The last family that owned the cabin only stayed there one summer. Their 5-year-old son drowned in a brook nearby, and after that they never returned. Oops, Emiling. Not really actually. He was probably Christian and stuff, so, but yeah. Becca Heston maybe? Nobody's lived there since. The old man's nephew owned the land. I asked the old man if I could pay it a visit. He did not think there could be anyone that would mind. Oh, here it is. Is that the real house? The cabin is situated deep into the forest. No sign, no road, just a narrow path. This was the place where he started his year walk over 100 years ago. Felt overwhelmed by the thought, could not enter. It's a lonely place. The only other building I could find in the area was an underground storehouse. Guess it might have belonged to the cabin. It was too dark to see anything, but I can't imagine there would be anything of significance in there. I think we were in that storehouse. On my way back to the car, I found this strange box. What an odd thing to leave in the middle of the forest. Seems to be in more or less mint condition. Could not resist taking it. Tonight I need whiskey, and lots of it. I'm guessing it might be this box that we totally did not open. Went to Wietorp Church today. It's a small white stone church built in the 12th century. The place where the church stands has been used for worship even earlier than that, according to the priest I met. He showed me around the premises. Put a bouquet of flowers on Stina's grave. Seemed appropriate. The almost unlikely sober epitaph read, "In memory of our loving daughter, Stina Nilsson, 1877 to 1894. Her cries for mercy could not sway his hand." Wow. Depressing. Searched for Daniel's grave, but there was no stone, and according to the priest there probably never was. The gravestones E.S. told me about are gone. The priest is not sure where they are or when they disappeared. Weather's been reasonably bad. Spent the day at the county archive. Had trouble concentrating. Tried to locate a photograph of Daniel Svensson, but no luck. The clerk explained that a lot of stuff was lost when the files were moved from the regional archive back in 1976. Apparently there was another murder case in Wietorp in the early 1890s. Alisa Rasmussen drowned 4 infants in a creek. She was an angel maker who received foster children from poor unmarried mothers. Lisa promised to find the babies good homes in exchange for a hefty sum of money. This was all a charade. As soon as the mothers had paid what little they owned, she drowned their children in a nearby creek. 4? See? 4? It said 4, right? 4 infants. Like, this game is based on, like, real stuff, okay? It just makes it even more creepy. All files from that trial have been lost. Outrageous. Think I'm done with the archive. Been thinking a lot about that church. Strange day. The runestone E.S. talked about is not marked on any map. Talked to the man at the service station. He drew me a rather primitive map. Searched for the stone for a long time. Almost gave up. Found it at last. Felt compelled to touch it. Had a strange sensation of looking beyond. Beyond what? The feeling lasted for quite some time. See, it's the exact church. This is so creepy. Oh, here's the map. Skogen, trädet. Heading home tomorrow. Wish I had more time. The stone is old. Might predate Christianity, but I fail to see how it is connected to year walking. Could not resist stopping by the church on my way home. Walked around it for a bit. It's a pretty church. Not remarkable, but there's something about it. Feel that the church and the stone are connected somehow. Oh, there it is. There is the stone with the 3 eyes. Oh my gosh. There's a box. Found the box when I unpacked. Had almost forgotten about it. It seems to have some lock-like construction, but I have yet to understand exactly what it is or how to open it. So paranoid right now, it's crazy. It reminds me of one of those puzzle boxes. The wheel with the symbol suggests it's opened by entering a password. It must be old. Maybe E.S. knows something about it. Decided not to tell E.S. about the box. He might not appreciate that I took it with me. He's always nagging me about ethics. Busy week. Classes and meetings. This faculty is really getting in the way of my research, feeling a bit strange. I have had weird dreams ever since I came back from Wietorp. Odd dreams. Let's party, Theo. Call Asp. Call Ebbe. Prepare lecture Swedish. Haha. Yeah, that's an odd dream. Dreamt that I was in a vast wasteland. I was searching for the keys to my locker together with Jenny from high school. We laughed and dug in the sand. Suddenly the sky lit up and Jenny pointed to a simple constellation of stars. She whispered in my ear to never forget it. I asked her what it meant, but she was dead and her bones were withered and old. Woke up and I've been feeling rather queasy ever since. Read an account of a year walk by a man named Romedal in an old book I came over in a used bookshop. Romedal's story is little more than a tall tale told by a drunken oaf. Most of them seem to be. Daniel's sticks out. It haunts me. Held a lecture on year walking. Several faculty members attended it. They ridiculed me in front of the students. Oh my gosh. Immature. Another strange dream. Was doing my homework. Was stressed because the oil lamp was running out of oil, and when it did, the pale horse outside the window would come inside. The lamp burned out and everything went black. Woke up soaked in sweat. Hästen. Bäckahästen. Must remember to buy groceries. Filled with a box. I have no clue how to open it. Frustrating. What jealous, small-minded, greedy creatures the faculty members are, and they will undoubtedly create small-minded, jealous, and greedy students. Don't feel the need to share any of my research with the faculty anymore. They don't deserve to read something that my hand has written. They would not understand anyway. The thought of what is inside that box is like an itch that can't be scratched. I searched for references to anything about it, but I found nothing that resembles it at all. Having more strange dreams, something happened in those woods. Is year walking a mere vision quest? Are the visions brought on by lack of light and food? Yes, believes so. Not so sure. Dreamt of the runestone. Was in the forest outside Wardfire. Mrs. Boman was walking up to me. Was very afraid. She said that I had been a bad boy and broken the rules. Before I could defend myself and tell her that I did not mean to be naughty, she withered into dust. Found myself in front of the runestone. The Grimm's eyes glowed at me. Woke up. Find myself thinking of the stone. What does it mean, and how is it connected to year walking? What did people do in those woods? Do not feel like sleeping tonight. Drinking coffee and watching TV. If I stay awake, those dreams will stay away. Could not understand much of my students' presentations today. Must sleep. Someone is watching me all the time. Yeah, I'm getting really paranoid myself at the moment. Got an email reminder to deliver the texts for the game. Wrote 7 or 8 pages. Hopefully it's enough. Waiting. Don't know for what. Have a feeling that something is on its way. Received an odd email today. Yeah, that's kinda weird. Got over 1,000 of these during last night. The emails seemed to have stopped when my inbox was full. Don't know what it could mean. Maybe it's a prank by my students, but they seem too unimaginative to come up with something like this. Don't think it will end here. Is this some kind of threat? Called the priest. Told him of my plight. He said that Wardfire sometimes has a strange effect on people, but it rarely lasted. Do not think he understands. I was going to ask him about the box, but decided to hang up when he suggested I should see someone. Woke up last night. Heard baby screams from beneath the floorboards. Panicked. Managed to pry up some of the floorboards. Screaming stopped. Oh yeah, I also read somewhere else that sometimes mylingar were, they were killed and put under the floorboards of your house. Seems very appropriate to stash your dead children there. The Watchers, the Night Raven, the Huldra, the Brook Horse, and the Church Grim. There might be others. Cannot be sure. Can they disguise themselves? Maybe they can read my mind. The Watchers, because they watch. That's what they do. But is it all they do? Year walk equals system error. Year walking works, but it was never meant to. It's against the rules. The universe blinked its eye and someone crossed all barriers that are known as time and space. The Watchers are watching, but who are watching the Watchers? How can you bend time and space? Got in a heated argument with ES. He's surprisingly scornful of my theories. Must remember he's an old man and he might not be as open to new ideas any longer. He claims that it is impossible to gaze into the future. The future is not set. Nothing happens until it happens. Of course it's impossible to look into the future according to logic, but I'm not sure they are playing according to our rules. The Watchers are more than they appear, and less. They are real, yet they are unreal. They do not exist in the manner that this table and this chair exist. How do I know these things? Are they my thoughts? Am I writing this? I certainly did not draw this, and yet it is right there in my notebook. Watchers. Or antibodies? Daniel broke the rules, and he was punished. Held another lecture. Last one, for a long while it seems. It's been decided I need a break, but it matters not. Have more important things to do. I've been an idiot. Someone is playing with me. These shapes. It's the same as on the box. Someone see me take it? Tried the symbols I have received, but the box remains shut. There must be more coming. Woke up last night. The telephone rang. Answered. Could not hear anyone. Hung up. It rang again. Answered. Could hear someone speak on the other side. Could not make out what was being said. The voice was too far away. Hung up. It kept ringing. Cut the cord. Bought whiskey. Bought food. People stare. Don't want to go out there again. Too many know who I am. If you break the rules, there will be consequences. Wish I had not cut the cord to my phone. Need to hear a human voice. Don't dare to go out. At first I didn't even notice. One of the paintings in my living room has been replaced. I must have happened during the 30 minutes I slept. Cannot let my guard down. Someone was here. Or something. Will the antibodies come for me? Am I a virus in the eye of the universe? Ooh, I'm getting so scared and paranoid right now. It is crazy. Board up the balcony and all the windows. Nothing can come in now, I hope. Shouldn't be possible, but someone was here again. I'm definitely being threatened. There was a knife on my kitchen table. Old. But sharp? I realize that the knife is his. We are connected. It's Daniel's knife. The church is central to this, and yet it is not. Perhaps the church itself is not important, but rather the energy of the place. Perhaps the gate is always there, but it's not a gate. Gates are meant to be open, or closed. There's a rift in the fabric of the very existence of everything. But why allow it? Why does the universe, or God, or someone not shut the gate? If we're not meant to do it, why let us? I can hear the heart of the universe beating. What is happening? I feel like a worm under a big foot. I feel the shadow hanging over me, waiting to get crushed. She sings and I shall follow. She's trying to fool me. That I know, but I must get close to her because then I get close to the key that leads to the heart of it all. I didn't steal the box because it begged me to take it with me. Daniel survived all the watchers sent by the universe. He was lured by the temptress, brought the innocents to the pale horse, unearthed the parasite, and finally faced the master of them all. But yet he was destroyed. Could it have gone any other way? Was he doomed from the start? Am I doomed? Is the future set, or can it be altered? I just realized I should probably have written those shapes down. I must help him. It's the right thing to do. There's a bond between us. Might have figured it out. 5 watchers, 5 symbols, which means there's one more coming. So tired. Can't seem to hold my thoughts for any period of time. Should probably eat more often, but I must resist. It's important that I come prepared. The heart beats stronger, but I will break it and see beyond everything. In the end, it was the nature of man that got Daniel. Must free myself of all desires. That's how they get to you. Can love really be a weakness? Or is it strength? And the poor girl. It just seems unfair. Is there anything I can do? If the future can be altered, why not the past? Am I playing the part of the fool in the cosmic play? And if so, to what purpose? Disconnected the microwave oven, just in case. Feeling absolute terror at the possibility that there is no purpose, no rhyme, no reason to any of it. Why me? The only way I can help him is if I break the rules. It will come at a price, but what do I care if I can rise above it all? Saw her lifeless body. She's beautiful, even in death. I've been crying ever since. It all seems so needless, so cruel. Ready for anything. Don't care anymore. It's finally here, the last one. Woke up with this in my palm. Tried to wash it out. It's a tattoo. Tested them in all different kinds of combinations, but I could not figure out how to do it. I must sleep. I will open the box tomorrow. Of course, so simple. Rotate the wheel and release when the symbol aligns with the grim, in the order they were delivered to me. But why was it empty? I thought it was Daniel all along. I thought it was here. But it cannot have been he who sent me the password. It doesn't make sense. If the box was empty, it means it must be filled? I still do not understand the scent of symbols. If it was not the boy, then it must have been the watchers. But why? Are they toying with us? Helping us some perverse, twisted way? From the get-go he was doomed. They got him at the very thought of year walking, but I think the girl can be saved. I put everything in the box and locked it. I will leave it where I found it, where all of this started. If my mind is set on this, does it mean that I'm doomed too? The rift is open. It wants me to go through. Pack my things. I wonder if I will come back. Mill. House. Solsorten. It's cold here. Wish I could light a fire, but I must do it right. Surprised how calm I feel. Only hours remain. It's midnight. Okay, so we have to go back and check for all those, the last one was, I nearly got them in the wrong order here. The last one was that one. And then we have, I think the first one was, the square, right? I think so. Let's see, I know it's all quiet and just me talking, but this is part of it, right? Triangle. And then the emails, right? Oh, there's the square, actually. It was not the first one. The square and that one. Emails. Okay, where's the first one? He said there would be 5. There must be another one somewhere. Is there another one? Oh, maybe that one. Maybe that's the one. Upside down triangle. Wait, is there an upside down triangle here? Oh, there are. There are 2 different triangles. I think. Yeah, I think there is. Okay. Let's go try it out, I guess. Okay, we read the entire journal. Creepy. Let's go try out the box. Here it is. Okay, so upside down triangle. Here it is. Upside down triangle. And that one. And this one. I just realized they're all different. I didn't even realize that before. And that one. And upside down. Oh my gosh. There's a murder. He was executed at the prison. Daniel Svensson was executed at the prison. Death sentence has been criticized. Oh yeah, it's in English. Jesus Christ. For some reason I thought it was in Swedish. Oh my gosh. Viatorp murder executed. Kristianstad, January 21st. Yesterday morning, Viatorp killer Daniel Svensson was executed at Kristianstad prison. He was found guilty for the heinous murder of young Stina Nilsson last year. The death sentence has been criticized by the highly renowned Dr. Helmer Lundbäck, who stated that Daniel is suffering from an abnormal psyche. He seems to have problems discerning past from future and has visions of terrible creatures, something not uncommon among schizophrenics. Daniel cannot be held accountable for his actions and should be given treatment at an institution for the criminally insane. The execution was performed by Gustav Dahlberg. This was his 4th execution. Last year, he was to perform the execution of the notorious Lisa Rasmussen, who was charged with the murder of 4 infants in Viatorp, but it took her own life before the sentence could be carried out. Security has been improved greatly since. Daniel Svensson was composed during the whole process. Besides the slightly shaking hands, so common among the criminal type, you could not tell Daniel from any other young man. He sobbed loudly once he laid his head down low, but quickly regained his composure. A quick prayer and a swift, powerful stroke, and it was over. According to the attending priest Granath, Daniel's last words were, "I should have killed myself, then none of this would have happened." You are long dead when I write this, and I have not yet been born. Yet we have a connection beyond life. Death, space, and time. The impossible made possible by year walking. But the Watchers always win. Even though you've not passed through the rift yet, they sense the urge and they want their sacrifice. I wish there could be another way. I'm sorry, but for her there's still hope. You can save her. you know what you must do. Oh my gosh. DS, Daniel Svensson. I have no idea what I must do. Oh! Okay. Now we got like the real ending or something. I don't know what happened. We were getting like the... Okay, so we didn't have to actually replay the entire game. We just read the journal and we opened that box. It's pretty cool. So, I don't know, I will check the credits again and see if something else happens. After them, or something. But apparently, I guess it means that we could change it. Somehow, we could change it so that she didn't die. I guess. Oh, the lovely people again? I mean, the credits aren't too long, right? We can't click hint in the credits. Weird. Oh, the end. It's like the real end. We got the entire story, I guess. Cool. Okay. Oh. I don't think we need to walk again, actually. I think we've done everything now, so it's cool. I don't know what we were supposed to do with a knife, but... Oh, kill ourselves? And then she wouldn't die? Alright, well. I think that's all for Year Walk, so... I think that's all, because we did everything, and we actually opened the box, we read everything. I'm presuming this is it. We're gonna pretend. Or something. Anyways, that was that. It was Year Walk, inspired by Swedish folklore. As you can see, it was actually based on, like, real events. More or less. So yeah, Year Walking is a serious thing. Don't do this at home, kids. I hope you enjoyed the game, and all the reading and stuff, and wow, it was amazing. It really was. So much more than I had thought. And yeah, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later for some other cool games. So take care. And please do not follow any horses down into the water. Or Year Walk. Seriously, do not Year Walk.